right, so how many of you love Tupperware? Right? We're all here because we love Tupperware. So let's talk about Tupperware as a company. Things that you may or may not know about Tupperware as a company. It's something, to me, I just think it's amazing that you can go anywhere in the world and you can say the word Tupperware, and do they not know exactly what you're talking about? Yeah. Right? I mean, it's not like we meet people and say, oh, I sell Tupperware, and they go, what's that? Like, everybody knows what Tupperware is, right? They know exactly what it is. It was established in 1946. So if you don't know that date, write that down, because you need to know, when did Tupperware start? Back in 1946 is whenever it first started. It's a company that is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So that's good to know, because it's out there, and it's a real life company. It's a major earnings company, and they're in some major growth right now. So that's fantastic. Did you know that Tupperware has over 10,000 patents? 10,000 patents that they have. That means that a patent is whenever they engineer and design a product, and they put a patent on that. That means that it's exclusive just to our company. So it's something that all of our engineers put together. They have. It's kind of cool if you ever get to go watch the engineers. They have like little computers that do really cool things, and they can make little minis of their products, and that's how they kind of get started. So it's really neat to watch that happen. Fortune magazine said that Tupperware put in their magazine, they always have at the end of the year the most admired companies, and Tupperware was marked as one of the most admired companies around. And we know that because we know that it's synonymous with storage, food storage in your kitchen, and the best in your kitchen. When you ask someone, hand me that bowl, they're like, oh, you need this piece of Tupperware, and it may not even be Tupperware, but they call it Tupperware. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Right? It doesn't matter. It's always called Tupperware. That's because Tupperware is so well known. It also made Forbes Platinum 400 list, which means that it's a company that's growing. It's a company that it stands out above and beyond other companies, and so that's super important to us. Brand recognition is something that, as a consultant, when you're looking at a business and you're saying, I want to represent that business, that's something, when you look at Tupperware as a whole, you're representing all of that. You're representing their brand, and that should be something that's important to you, that you know what your company is, that you know what how much your company gives back to their community. We have in our catalog where they raise funds for which organization? Boys and Girls Club. Millions and millions of dollars go back to our community, to the Boys and Girls Club from Tupperware. And speaking of going back into Tupperware, did you know that over half of the money that Tupperware brings in, they give back to their sales force? That's how rich their compensation program is. That half of the money that is paid in a piece of Tupperware, and a piece of Tupperware sold, is given back to the sales force in the forms of commissions. So whether it's our commission as a consultant and royalty, on up and up, all those bonuses that we get, that paycheck we got last week, that's what's important, is because we're here, we're representing a great company, but we also want to make money at the same time, and we want a company that's going to invest in us, and that's exactly what Tupperware does. So that's very nice. It's an extremely professional company. Starting from the very beginning, I just think that Tupperware's always represented themselves in such a fantastic way, where they empower people, and they empower, especially since the majority of our sales force is women, it empowers women to be able to say, what, I can build this business, and I can be successful and still maintain having a family and keep that a priority. Something else that goes along with the professionalism, and whenever you get your kit, I'm sure many of you, whenever you first got it, you were like, oh my gosh, the pink box. Anybody love the pink box? Right? It just speaks to us, this beautiful pink box. I just think Tupperware's done such a great job with how they've logoed everything together, so it all matches, it looks so nicely together. Just starting from our apron. Look at our beautiful apron that has the pink logo on there that matches our kit bag. A great uniform, and we call it our standard uniform, is to wear black slacks, a nice blouse, and your apron, so that whenever you're cooking at a party, that's your uniform. So do you think that helps you be professional? Yeah. Yes, definitely. So we have our beautiful apron, and then the kit bag. I love this kid. Why do we have a thing about these bags, right? But to have that logo on the front, and just think when you're walking into a party and you have your apron and you have your kit bag that matches and you have all of your pink date book. I mean, our beautiful date book that they put together for us. You're dating a party. Do you not look professional? Like they think of everything for that. So that's wonderful. I love that Tupperware does that for us. And this is the pink box we all speak of that comes in there. And they even made the big box that all of your products come in. They made that pink too. So that's extra fun, right? And then going into the product. I mean, there's nothing like a Tupperware product. We know it has a lifetime guarantee. We know it's amazing. The engineering and the quality that goes into a Tupperware item, that nothing comes close to it. Nothing even touches it. One of my favorites is the can opener, because I can remember whenever I first joined Tupperware and I learned how to use the can opener, because someone has to show you how to use it. It's unique, right? It's amazing, but it's also unique. I remember I tested myself. Could I tell my kids how to use this? And when I joined Tupperware, my oldest was basically 5. We'll just say he was 5. And so maybe, let's say he was 6, and it was 6 down, 4 kids, so 6 all the way down. And I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can get them to use this. There's no sharp edges, why not? And what's great about it is they picked up on it immediately and they could do it. And it was something that I could incorporate my kids into making dinner. Here, you open this can, and they just thought they were on top of the world. Like, oh, that's so cool, I can help my mommy. And I'm like, that's a really good product, I like this. So there's no sharp edges on our can opener. You just open up the handle right there, you set this right on top, and you can see those 2 little discs open up whenever you open up the handles. Set this on top, you close it, it locks it in place. You know it's locked in place and it's where it's supposed to be, because when you lift up on the can opener, what goes with it? The can. If the can doesn't go with it, you didn't do something right. And then you just turn this, turn, the can's going to turn with it. You're going to hear a little click or kind of feel a little release. You open up the handles to release the can, and then there's a little lid gripper on the front of it. You place that onto the rim of the can, close it, locks it in place. You pull up, the lid goes off, and there's no sharp edges. So no metal shavings got into your food, no sharp edges. You don't have to worry about any of that. You guys love the can opener as much as I do? Love it. All right, and then something else that I always relate my business to my Tupperware business to my kids and how I use it in my home, because I think that's the first thing as consultants we need to make sure we're doing, is that we're using our products in our home and that you become familiar with it, because then it's just like second nature. This is what I do with it. Let me tell you how it works in my kitchen. I love it for this. The breakfast maker is one of those items that when it first came out, I'm like, I don't know about microwaving eggs, but we'll see how this goes. Sometimes whenever you hear things, you might be like me and go, well, I'm going to have to try that before I believe that. That's okay. That's why we say, go home and use your kit. Give it a try. So the breakfast maker was something that was amazing to me whenever it first came out, and I gave it a try. Not only can you do great things like you can make French toast and all kinds of cool things in it, but a standard quick, let's throw together an omelet. I take all the leftovers, like I chop up an onion in my Quick Chef, this amazing tool. You'll see that made with salsa one day. And I'll chop up my onions, and I'll take a little bit left over and I'll save it in a snack cup. So throughout the week, maybe if I have leftover mushrooms, whatever's left over that's a veggie, put it into the base here. You can crack up to 4 eggs in here. Just give it a little, what am I going to do with it? Whisk it around, yeah, give it a little swish. And then you put the cover on top. In my microwave, it takes 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Put it in the microwave 2 minutes, 10 seconds, take it out. I top it with a little bit of cheese. While it's doing its thing for 2 minutes, I'm throwing toast in the toaster, and I can take it out and I can cut it into 4ths, and each kid gets an egg, and it's got some veggies in it, and it's got a piece of toast with it, and they're good to go. And in 2 minutes, I made 4 kids breakfast. Do you think that's amazing? Say yes? Yes. So you're going to love the breakfast maker. It's perfect for that. And then the last thing is that I'll tell you about, because I love all these products and I could go on and on forever, but I won't do that to you guys. But the measuring cups and spoons are fantastic because A, they're dead on accurate. When you're how many of you are a baker? Right? When you're a baker, you have to have accuracy. You can't afford to have, yeah, I think that was about that much. You need dead on accurate. So the measuring cups, you get 6 different measurements, which is unique. To most measuring cups, you only get 4 to 5. And then you'll see on both sides, there's a little pour spout. So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you're going to be able to pour out the liquid or whatever you have in there, and you don't have to be awkward. How many of you are left-handed in here? Is that a big aha for you? Like, I love that. Good. All right, and then the measuring spoons. They fit on this nice little clip right here so you can keep it all nice and organized. If you're my kids, you don't ever pay attention to this clip and it just goes in the drawer. Shame on them. Oh wait, speaking of the drawer, this was something I learned last night on the royalty call that I never ever knew, Cindy Watford, that Tupperware designed our measuring cups to be the height of every drawer that's out there. So every kitchen drawer, this will fit right into the drawer. I didn't know that. Thank you, Cindy Watford. All right. And then our measuring spoons. So they all fit on here, 6 different measurements, same thing, dead on accurate. But if you like to pre-measure, so you have a recipe you're putting together, you like to pre-measure, they will lay flat on the counter, just like that. You didn't know that. See, another aha, good. They'll lay right flat right there. That, you know, what's great about that is whenever you have the 1/8 and you're trying to put a little bit of vanilla or something, it's nice that it can be on the counter and you can just kind of pour right into it. Otherwise, if I'm going to hold it, you know, I got the shakes or something here. That's no good either. So the measuring cups and spoons must have in a kitchen. The measurements are actually molded into the plastic. So it's not something that's laser printed on there that's going to rub off and come off in the dishwasher. It's going to be there for a lifetime. So when you invest in a piece of Tupperware, you're investing in something you will have forever because it does have a lifetime guarantee. And this is the last set of measuring cups and spoons you're ever going to need in your kitchen because it's Tupperware. All right, and that's that.